other than me wanting to work with ISAs, unless we want an ISA update, we're not going to be able to get, too deep into this. How late, what's the schedules with, I'm sorry, what's Ava is her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she make it on here? I've got the website stuff pulled up still.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, Princess.
Princess.
Yes, I'm here.
What's up, Princess? Hey, you sound like a depressed princess. Are you okay?
I know, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. We gotta make sure we'll go find you a toad if we need to kiss to make you happy. Find you a prince.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm just sounds like
All right. So they kind of moved you, or they did move you over to the Wichita calls, and it's like, was that today, yesterday? How's that going?
uh I'm just dialing. I'm still dialing in sync.
Okay, you're still in sync. All right.
Yes.
There's like 4 or 5 different lead sources and the psychology of how these leads are generated and stuff like that. Are you pretty good with we'll just say texting and your grammar with English and so on and so forth? Like, are you right? I would say, let me reframe the question. Are you above average for grammar, and are you in the Philippines, or where are you located out of? Sorry.
Yes, of course.
Okay, because there's a tool that I have, it's called Call Action, and it is I'm generating so many leads, like a lot, like and it's like I want to be able to be automating the responses through a tool called Call Action, and they have an AI piece built into it where a lot of my other buddies are beta testing the AI piece to it. And it's like, now you don't have to just have all the templates, and they got a lot of templates, right? But we would have had to set some of the stuff up. Sky, one of my other agents, had used it, over the last year. But it's pretty much like, a texting / auto dialer, but it's like we're really, managing a lot of text messages and trying to get responses and then getting on the phone that way. But then, the AI texting tools in beta. And so then off of all of these other text messages that are going out through people using the platform, and depending on that same lead type and how it registered or where it's kind of at in that cycle, regardless of the CRM, because this is kind of like an overlaid template to it. It will start to predict the best responses that it's getting inside of the whole system from the AI. And it's like, yeah, it grades it. And so you kind of, it's like, instead of taking 2-3 minutes for texting or templates, things are happening in 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So you got to scan text as fast. You can refresh if you're like, I don't know if I like that one, because AI is like not perfect, and it gets you the rough draft, and then we kind of edit the rough draft. And so that's what I'm getting at. The AI stuff is building good outlines, and bringing like the thought leadership front and center, that you could be asking it or however you want it to respond to stuff. But we got to kind of go in and maybe make some edits and stuff like that. So I was seeing if you were going to be able to catch that, because obviously if we're texting our grammar's off, they're gonna be like, these guys are not that bright, so I don't know if I want them selling my house or whatever. And it's not that you're not bright, it's just it'd be a different language or whatever. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not
Don't
saying
worry
that.
about that,
Yeah,
Adam, because I've been doing SMS campaign for like 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. All right. And okay, cool. What hours are you like working? I'm on central, time, so it's 1:47 here. What time
Yeah,
frame?
anytime I'm good. EST, doesn't matter.
All right. I mean, but what shift, I mean, what hours do Gary have you working? Like, what's your cadence right now? I mean, that could change because of the, time zone and, different stuff, but
I'm
like
working at Eastern time.
from what, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 6, like what?
It's like 11 to 7.
Working the same hours as everybody else. Which we start at 7 a.m. PST.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that. So we'll get some coverage. You know, I don't mean to get personal here, but with ISA position and kind of what I'm needing when you start working with me and we start going down this track, you know, having a little bit of rotating like schedules, like to cover some nights that you could have, you know, like you know, some longer shifts where you're working more nights and then some earlier mornings, you know, to make sure that we're not hammering the data at the same time. So I didn't know if you had any kids or you're married or you have any, you know, spiritual obligations or, you know, things like that we got to work around.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. Everything was fine.
Damn, you're just the princess laid back. Okay. All right. What's been your number one struggle since coming in here the last month?
And to be honest, about receiving a lot of voicemails in our list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not in service.
Yeah. So Cheska, you guys got the login to call action. And so
Yeah.
you know, I want you to get set up in call action, you know, and go in under my account and then join the Facebook groups with call action. And kind of, you know, poke your nose around there and you watch some videos and stuff like that. And then we're going to need to connect. I had call action connected with Sky through an API. And I don't know if it was just connected to his account or what. Maybe Jay-Z could take a quick look at it. But you know, the leads that are coming from not Boomtown necessarily, even though we have different leads coming in, other than the leads with realty.com. And those are the ones I'm more concerned about because they're not tied to the IDX feed and how they're porting over. And those are the most expensive ones.
I
And
sent you an Excel file, I think the other day. That's all the realty leads that we have. So what I did is that I manually checked each one of them in Boomtown, who's the agents that assigned to each lead.
yeah, so Cheska, what we're gonna do is like you're thinking like Ann, right? When I had to export all that stuff, and you're kind of thinking what I did for Ann, and that, you know, is good data management, and you need to know that, but that isn't going to be the protocol for the process. And so what Jay-Z will need to do, and what we're going to do is, like, the agents are texting different random stuff out. They're texting long stuff out, then the system Boomtown's texting stuff out or whatever. And it's like the concierge people just ended this month, but I'm taking all texting away from the agents or killing it. And what Jay-Z will end up setting up with the API code is when these agents and the Excel spreadsheet's cool. Like, we'll need to do that data management, but when these leads are coming in and they're in that round robin going to the agents, it will automatically respond to them with the triggers that we set up off of Jesse is his name that owns that software. And we'll do some one-on-ones with him. And, you know, he'll get you guys or, you know, at least coached up on the basics or where to find the resources to even work with me back on them. And then it's like, all of a sudden that thing will just start dinging, like sound like leads are coming in, but there are people are responding back to the auto responders, and then we're picking up live conversations or having AI carry the conversations with us, you know, until hopefully having a phone call. And so a lot of that is, you know, going to stay native inside of Boomtown, and it's a two-way communication. So the notes will still be in the Boomtown account for the agent to see and all of us to be transparent. But I do like, you know, that you send me the spreadsheet, because we are going, you know, going to take that spreadsheet and we're going to do some additional data management with the auto dialer, playing catch up, and the quad scripting that you guys have heard me talk about with, you know, the calling to customize the home hunter alert and doing all of that stuff that, you know, we've kind of slipped on or taken that client care customer service approach as a safety net behind the agent and need to work with her on. So that needed to get done. And that's awesome. And then Mark, he's gonna be live Friday, and we'll make the announcement and everything. Is switching signs over and stuff Friday, and then he's gonna send me some geography with a smart routing, and I gotta, go through that. And I don't know if you can kind of pester him. He's kind of swamped with this transition. He's a little overwhelmed. It seemed like yesterday when I talked to him and whatever. But if he could get us that map or whatever and just circle on the map, and then when I'm out of town over the weekend, I can work on the data management piece to this, because Ava, it's like I'm not gonna put any pressure on you, but I don't know if you know this or not, but you're kind of in a high pressure position here, because our last person ended up having some medical issues, unfortunately, and we had a lot of potential with her. And then Mark's actual son was with me a year, and was like right when we got him dialed in with lead coordination, ISA stuff. Like he was doing a hybrid of that, because those are kind of two different roles. And then he took a job at Club Wealth where his brother was at, working in the call center, setting consultations for their coaching company. And then I had a little gap there with some other things. And then, Gary, been, focused on Toronto and stuff like that. So, I need you not to get sick. So I need you to eat your spinach, and I need you, if you go outside, make sure you go outside in a bubble so nothing happens to you. You know what I mean? Like it's like everything's got to align. Okay.
Yes, don't worry, Adam. I
Yeah.
was born ready.
All right. And when you start getting in and working with me, you're going to learn it's going to be overwhelming, because there's 4 different lead sources, and it will be different. But right now, I want you to think texting, like
Yeah.
I'm managing texts, all these different texts, and text to get on the phone, and how am I responding, and AI and all that stuff. So getting in with call action and getting the fundamentals of that down with Boomtown whenever Gary kind of has you ready for release, or however he's going to split up some hours here depending on the data over there and what he needs, because you could be floating back and forth as data needs you to, or where we need to drive revenue or appointments, and things like that as well. And so keep that in mind. Getting signed into the client care email, whatever email you're using right now. I mean, you won't use that email. You're going to end up using the client care Boulevard services or whatever Cheska can get you into, and you'll be monitoring that as all of the leads and any questions, any notifications, all of that stuff goes into that account right there. And I've been monitoring that account and, sending stuff to agents and Cheska and, doing a bunch of other stuff. And so, I'm looking forward to somebody else taking over that email that, I can coach up and work with. So it's just, I've just had some unfortunate, family stuff, happen, and coming back from being sick and playing catch up. And so I know we're kind of just going through the motion here, but I promise you, like, we're going to get started soon. So other than that, you guys kind of let me know when you get done with those few tasks that are pertinent to, call action, and look for the ISA templates, and or let me know if I can, help with any of that stuff. And it's like, Jay-Z, if you could look at the API, and I'll get in there and look tonight after soccer practice, but just making sure that call actions connected to Boomtown. But more importantly, Jay-Z, I don't know if Cheska showed you, but the realty leads come from a different website that have to port over to Boomtown. So I don't know if we got to connect the call action API to the realty site. And so that's what would trigger when they actual register there, or when it actually zaps or ports over from the realty site, if the call action would be triggered there instead of Boomtown. And so that's kind of the only question mark that I would have, that I would need to figure out, or Jay-Z too. So
Okay. I'll try to look into it.
did I confuse you, or you understand kind of those 3 pieces there? And Cheska can get you in the back end of the one site that you might not really understand, and it's very simple. It's a I don't understand how they generate the amount of leads they generate off this website, and it's not even IDX feed, but kudos to them, and they're killing it with it. So, but it's as simple as your website you damn near created. I mean, and I'm not saying what you created was simple, but you know, the templates that Frank laid out for us are simple
Yeah.
and makes it look, you know, how it does. So cool. That's it, guys. Unless you got anything for me, Gary, or unless I'm missing something, man. That's
Yeah, actually I do. And just kind of planting a seed here. Let me share my screen real quick.
Jay-Z, can you send me the call from yesterday, the Canadian conversion project call too, and then send me this one when we're done, or this